At long last, stacks of gunmetal gray siding are being sorted in our driveway today because it's finally time to give this 140-year-old girl a pretty new dress. They're starting on the back of the house where we've had the weirdest location for a bathtub in the entire city. The 6-foot wide tub is hanging on the outside of our third floor, held up by steel supports. We've always called it the bump out, but one of you guys hilariously named it the murder tub. Yes! Once the bathtub is gone and the walls start to come down, we're left with a massive hole across the back of our house, which we're going to use to make our daughter's bedroom even bigger. We're legally allowed to reclaim the same 3 feet that the tub extended into the backyard, but this time we're going wider, making the bump out 12 feet wide. The crew does some major surgery inside, removing a dozen beams and rebuilds them to support the cantilever out the back. When it's done, Grace's bedroom has an additional 36 square feet, which in this city is a lot. While waiting for the scaffolding to go up outside, our crew covers the back wall with a massive blue tarp to keep out the rain, which I decide is a perfect backdrop for my husband Sean to show off some dance moves. A week later, the scaffolding arrives and gets erected right up to the top of the house so our crew can rebuild the exterior back walls. Once it's done and covered with safety netting so no one falls off, I come up with another excellent and exciting idea that Sean should dance up the 3-story scaffold because that's what it's really meant for, right? So now that the siding has arrived, my husband exits stage left and Hector and Jonathan get right to work covering the old murder tub with a new look. They're following a plan for the siding we put together over many hours of work trying to figure out how to creatively use the design we've chosen. And we end up with satisfying designs for the back of our house, the front of the carriage house, and the front of our main house. As Luis begins punching out the screw holes to each panel down in the driveway, up top, Hector and Jonathan are filling in some remaining spots with foam insulation. And after a decade of planning and patiently waiting, this is the moment we finally get to see how our house is going to look as the guys put the first pieces up, stripping each panel of its plastic protective skin as it slides right in next to the last one. This is a rain screen, so it's not expected to keep all of the rain out, but any moisture that does get behind will find an easy path back out, so we stay dry. In just a few hours, they wrap Grace's bedroom and are down to the final piece. I race up to her bedroom to strip off the protective coating on the outside of the windows in order to appreciate the full effect of the gray siding and the mahogany windows. And finally, it's time for the 3 floors of scaffolding and netting to come down so that we can get a good, clear look at what we've begun here on the back. The vertical panels range in width from 4 inches to 12 inches wide, and the gray is looking fantastic with the windows. Very happy with that. With the final scan of the surface, I can only find one bit of drain pipe that the crew has damaged somehow that'll need to be replaced. Other than that, it's looking great. And next week, they'll move on to the front facade using a scissor lift. Now that's gonna be an adventure.